Hello, it's me again, and I'm here to play another pointless and stupid fake garage, multi-cylinder garage game. I'm going to do it this one with a bit of a twist, but I'm not going to give that away and see if you can work it out as the video goes on. And because of the twist, I'm not going to restrict myself to a budget. When I did this before, it was multi-cylinders for under 100 grand and filling all the cylinders from 3 up to 12, because it's hard to really get any cars. Well, you can get cars with. No, I did know. I did do 2 cylinders. I got myself a classic V500, but up to 12 because getting a 16-cylinder car in our 100 grand budget was a bit unrealistic. So I'm going to try the game, but see if you can work out where I'm going for with this one. So to kick off, I already have them all found this time because I'm not going to waste everyone's time with me trying to search, or even my own time. I've already wasted my own time, but I'm doing it off camera. So just kick us off with a 2-cylinder. We're going with a motorcycle. Now I know nothing about motorbikes. Well, I know a little bit, only as a kind of a subsidiary of having an interest in cars. They've got wheels, they've got engines, so it's hard to not get a little bit of a brush of the love of motorbikes. Like, I love the Automan TT, I love MotoGP racing, and I think they're cool. The only reason I don't have one is because I would have already wrapped myself around a lamppost many years ago. But for this fictional garage, if I was living this silly fake dream, I would have a motorcycle in the garage. And I love Ducatis, I always have loved Ducatis. So to fulfill the 2-cylinder role in this fake garage, I've gone for again, I'm going to try and keep this as Irish centric as possible. Further up, I have a few wild cards that are just, you'll understand why when we get there. But it's Irish registered, it's an Irish bike, and it's a 2020 Ducati Panigale V2, for 17,995. Now it's white. I'd kind of want a red Ducati. Again, look, I'm a Philistine. I'm sure there's bike people out there are going, what are you talking about? But there aren't that many V2 Ducatis for sale in Ireland, surprisingly. But this will do fine. It's a 2020 bike, 17,995. Again, look, I don't know anything about this. It has 5,000 miles on it. It was 18,995. They dropped it. Series bars, blah blah blah. Cool looking bike. If I owned it in reality, I would definitely maim myself very, very quickly. But it's cool. It's a cool looking bike, and that takes off the 2 cylinders straight out the bat. Ducati V2 Panigale. 3 cylinders this time. Was kind of similar to one of the ones I did before, but because I found one for sale again, which I've already saved the ad in real life because this is a car I might have to investigate myself. It's an Audi A2. It's a 1.4 TDI Audi A2. I said, like, I've never owned a diesel car in my life, surprisingly, and I'm not sure if I ever will because it's the fuel of the devil. But there are time and place for it, and when it comes to the A2, I think the TDI engine is probably one that suits it the best because the whole thing about the A2 was about efficiency, lightweight aluminium chassis, low drag coefficient. So the diesel engine, I think, plays with that as well. So yeah, here's one in Cavan. So again, it's Irish registered. The NCT is just out, but it says it's booked for a test. It's hard to get NCT tests these days. 1,850. Sorry, I didn't get the tab going. So our bike was clear, you bastard. 17,995 plus 1,850. So 19,845, and we're two down. Special mention, I did investigate because, as I just mentioned, my hatred of diesels. Getting a VW Up because I love the Up. It's a car I've considered owning myself, but one, they're holding their value really well, and also the majority of the ones I do see them in the wild, really nice spec ones, but people obviously keep them when they buy. They obviously bought them new in a high spec and they've kept them because any of the ones you try and find for sale are all shitty low spec ones. So I did look up what the cheapest Up I could get, a manual Up, because fuck getting the automatic. And the cheapest manual Up I could find was €9,900. It's a 5-door hubcaps, so it's a low spec inside and out. So the Audi is just a better option in this scenario. I just wish ups would become somewhat. Oh, the market's just gone mad. Four cylinders. This I think the four cylinder, as I played in the previous iterations of this game, needs to be fulfilled by a hot hatch, because the majority of cars for sale in Europe and especially Ireland are four cylinder cars, because it's the de rigueur engine of choice for most cars. And so for the hot hatch, I've gone for the cheapest Mark V, because I've flirted with a Mark V Golf GTI for a while. And now that I am actually in the market for buying a car, the prices have gone mad. Although this one, I don't know if, I mean, in reality, I could possibly buy this car, but I might have to go and have a look at it, because it's in a dealership in Dublin, new to you car sales, which doesn't sound ropey at all. And it's only got one picture, one kind of low quality picture. The car's got Mark 7 GTI replica wheels on it. 215,000 kilometers. It says it has an NCT until February 2024. Yeah, okay, I'm going to save this ad just maybe. It's a 3-door as well, which I like, and it's a manual. And 4350. So there's my hot hatch. And so we have our 2, 3, and 4, and we're under 25 grand so far. Okay, things are going well. So 5 cylinders. Now, I did look for a new-ish 5-cylinder car, and the cheapest one I could find was 45,900 for an Audi RS3, in proper job spec with black wheels and that unoriginal flat grey paint that just seems to be on all sporty bag cars these days. I do think they're cool though, and like that 5-cylinder turbo is a great engine. But 45 grand is a lot of money. So I went further afield and I found this lovely Audi 200 10 valve turbo quattro estate, Avant, if you will. It's just lovely. It's got, yeah, I'll skim up a few of the pictures here. Yeah, that's just a cool car. It's a little bit pricey. It's 12,499, but 5-cylinder cars in Ireland are not plentiful, because it's a bit of an irregular choice, especially in this country. So this was the cheapest 5-cylinder on Irish plates that I could find, and it's a good one too. I like it. It's a car I could see myself owning in real life, although I don't really have 12.5 grand to spend on an old Audi at the moment, but we'll add that to the list. So 12,499, 36,694, and we're kind of halfway there. If anyone's wondering why I'm constantly wearing the same hoodie, it's because it's the evening time, because I have a real life outside of this nonsense, and I'm essentially wearing my pajamas. 6 cylinders, and as before, I think there's 2 options when it comes to 6-cylinder cars, but for this, I've mentioned BMWs in previous videos, but for this scenario, it has to be Porsche. So I don't have myself a sports car yet. I have a motorbike. I have my Eco little shitbox. I have a hot hatch. I have a practical estate car. So now I have a sports car. So the cheapest 6-cylinder manual, again, I wanted a manual. The cheapest 6-cylinder manual Porsche I could find on Irish plates was so I think this is, I'm sorry with the numbers, I assume the second generation. What's that, the 987? Yeah, 987 Porsche Boxster, 2006, with an NCT until February next year. 85,000 miles. This is the 2.7, black wheels, which are shit, and German plates, which are also shit. But it's the cheapest 6-cylinder Porsche I could find, and the car itself might be okay. It's worth an investigation if you're in the market for a Porsche. It's mad though. Boxsters and Caymans you could get them the first gen Boxsters anyway. You could get them for under 10 grand not so long ago. Now try and find one. Anyway, plus 19,950. We're up to 56,644. Okay, so we've done our 6. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next stop is 8. Now 8. it's going to be a weird one. People are going to think, what am I doing here? But a few years back, I was at a toll bridge with no tag in the car, so I had to roll down my window and tap my card at the basket thing. And beside me in the next gate was a V8 Scania, and it pulled away while I had my window down. And ever since then, I've just had a bit of a weird love affair for V8 Scanias because it sounded absolutely amazing as it pulled away. So I've looked for a V8 Scania. Um, the truck classified world is a strange beast. A lot of UK registered cars, which again, long haul freight, you may as well set up if you're going onto the island of Ireland. Although I'm not going to get to politics and Brexit and all that crack, but a lot of UK registered car or trucks, a lot of ads that are just no price, call for price, or 1 2 3 4, that kind of stuff. And so I did initially find a 2020 or 520, which look really cool. It's on Irish plates, but again, he just has €10 down, and there's no mention of the price. So I had to skim by it because there's no price on, like, a 2020 is probably going to be expensive. So I kept digging, but I finally found it's a Scania 164 580 V8. I think 580 might be the power output, but the main thing is it's a V8 sleeper cab. It's relatively old, 2002. So Jesus Christ, it's a 21-year-old truck. But it's Irish registered now. For some reason, he has the price up in sterling. So he wants to sell it to the UK market, or for whatever reason. Where's it based? It's based in Derry. That's why it's up for sterling. But it is on Irish plates. It's on C is Cavan, isn't it? Yeah. So let's just do a quick currency conversion on that. So 12,950 in euro as we speak. We'll round this up with 14,785. We'll say, just on the nose. So 114,785. So we're up to 71,429. And now we need a 10 and a 12. So I wonder, can we still sneak into under the 100 grand with the 10 and the 12. This is not the car I went with, but there is one C6 that's the V10 C6, isn't it? The V10 or a 6 Avant for sale in Dublin. 41,995 would be great to do, but I already have an Audi estate car, a 4-wheel drive Audi estate car. So it's not something I need. So special mention for that, but it's quite expensive. So I found another 10-cylinder car, and actually this is a 10-cylinder car I found the last time I was playing this game. It's a lot cheaper as well, and it's a 4x4. So like if I do need to do some off-roading for whatever reason, or tow loads of shit, this would be the car for that. It's a 5-litre V10 TDI Touareg, and the price has been reduced slightly since I last saw it, down to 19,950. So we're getting close to our 19,950. So 91,379. Yeah, I don't think we're going to come in under the 100 grand, because now we have our 12-cylinder, and the only 12-cylinder to fit the criteria was a Bentley Continental GT, and the cheapest one I could find on Irish plates is for sale. It's a private sale. Oh no, it's not. Bow Car Sales. But it's a 2000 and so very early, a 2004 Bentley Continental GT, 70,000 kilometers. It's entitled until July. 31,999. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so we're 123,378, and I've managed to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12. And have you noticed what the connection is yet? They're all products from the Volkswagen Audi group. So the Ducati is a subsidiary of Audi. The Audi is the Audi. The Golf is Volkswagen, obviously, in itself. Then my classic again, Audi, Porsche. Who owns what and who what? As far as I'm aware, the the Piech family are the not the Piech. I mean the Ferdinand, the Porsche family. Porsche and Volkswagen have always been together, so I'm taking it. And some will say it's not a subsidiary of Volkswagen. Some say Volkswagen is a subsidiary, but they're connected. Scania is owned by the Volkswagen Group, and then obviously the Volkswagen Touareg, Volkswagen, and the Bentley. Bentley's obviously part of the Volkswagen Group too. So just to kind of mix it up, so we managed to do our 2 to 12 for 123,378 from the same manufacturer, the same family. Just to make things kind of interesting, so I throw in an NSU 80. You'd have to go abroad to get it, but it's a classic, so that's fine. And it's coming from Germany, I think. Is this Germany's where it's coming from? Belgium. An NSU 80, which has a Wankel engine. So that's another, so we can add that on. That'll be 5900. And then just to really get the full bag in there, the cheapest Veyron I could find. So before we add on the Veyron, we're looking at 129,278. If we want to get our 16-cylinder car in, and it's lovely in the Netherlands. It's kind of a maroon. Let's see, the color is maroon exterior with a maroon interior, or burgundy, or I don't know. I'm colorblind. 1,350,000. So if we add that on, 1,350,000. So that brings us up to 13,629,278 euro for a full spectrum of cylinder layouts from the same family of manufacturers. The only other, I'm trying to think, I don't know if anyone else can think of even just a single manufacturer that you could do the full layout in. Like I was thinking BMW, because obviously you can get some twin cylinder BMW bikes, and they would go all the way up to 12 cylinders. You wouldn't get a 16-cylinder BMW, but you know, we're throwing in the Bugatti here for shits and giggles. But you'd be able to go up to 12. You wouldn't get a 5-cylinder though. And then I can't think of it. If anyone can think of a single manufacturer that you do the full breadth from 2 to 12, 16 we'll leave out obviously for obvious reasons, but is there any manufacturer that does 2 to 12? Audi, you could do 3 to 12, which I much try that game, because as we have the A2, they do 3-cylinder diesels, loads of 4 cylinders, they have 5 cylinders, they have 6 cylinders, they have 8, they have 10, they have 12. So I think Audi would be the only one, which, watch this space, I'll probably do an Audi one, see if we can fulfill an Audi garage, but we wouldn't be able to get a 2-cylinder. Although Ducati is a subsidiary of Audi, so we probably could do an Audi from 2 to 12. Okay, there's the next episode of the game. This is just a bit of a smash and grab for a bit of crack. Yeah, so with a Veyron, we're looking at the nearest damage is 13.7 million, and then if we take our Veyron out of the equation, what was it, 13.5 to go for 2 to 12 cylinders, 130 grand. Anyway, this was terrible, but thank you for watching. Talk to you again soon. Bye.